Hi everyone, I was going to share with you a little bit about my early investment. So I started out as an entrepreneur, and at some point I managed to raise some capital funding and I had private equity money, so I decided to invest in very small businesses way back in 2012. So one of the businesses that I had an idea of investing is really crazy. It's actually a baking studio. And before you ask me the golden question, whether do I actually have baking skills or I have the passion in baking or anything that's related to the kitchen, the answer is no. Up to today, it's been many years since I sold off the business I sold it off in 2017. I still don't know how to bake. Funny as it seems, because people always say that you should start a business that you have passion for, but I think when you have the mindset of a business person, like an investor, you see a demand and you want to build a business that fits the demand, but not necessarily knowing how to do it. That's exactly the case with me. And I remember the opportunity came when somebody paid for business consultation with me and sat in a room, not trying to pitch a business idea, but actually telling me about this baking studio idea that she wanted to set up. So the baking studio is actually a fully fledged commercial kitchen. So basically in this kitchen, it has ovens, it has mixers, industrial mixers, it has all the baking tools a baker would possibly need. This is literally creative heaven, okay, for a baker. But a baker usually couldn't take massive orders because they don't have enough equipment at home, and neither could they run the workshops just because it's not possible to teach many people in a home facility. So by using the baking studio, by renting it by the hour, that person gets to use all the utilities and run big workshops as well as do big massive orders. So we're actually helping the community of bakers earn extra income or more income than they usually do by giving them the capacity, making them invest, of course, in the rental of our premises. At the same time as well, we can run our own workshops, partner with local and international bakers so that we can earn revenue as well from our community of baking enthusiasts. So basically that's what the business was about. When she told me, I was like, wow, I want that idea. And in the end, we came to a conclusion at the end of the meeting that we're going to be partners in the business, and I will be the major cash investor, and she's going to execute the renovation, the operations and things like that. So I returned her money back for the consultation she paid me for, because clearly it isn't a consultation, but I got bought over by the business idea. Went on to the capital raise funding, and within 30 days we closed about $75,000 to invest in setting up the baking studio, which we did. We found a nice location, 700 square feet. It had an outdoor indoor office room, and we renovated it and invite people to come and see what this community is about. And apparently more than 100 people turned up during the opening, and we had games, and the baking studio was a complete success. And people are asking me on the day of the opening, asking me where is the oven switch, and I'm like, I have no idea how to even turn on this oven. So that is how bad I am with baking. And at some point along the way, we had the business for 3 years, but I think my partner left halfway when she raised some money for herself and she built her own bakery store. So I manage it fully after it's been returned back to me, since I'm the major cash investor. So I had to make sure it keeps on running until it's ready to be sold off at Goodwill. So we carried the business for 3 years, and in 2017 we finally found a baker who would take advantage of it, so we sold it to a baker. But during the 3 years we had an amazing time with a baking studio. We ran charity events, we bake cookies and sell them to raise money for the orphanages. We had lots and lots of baking workshops, and we're partnering with local and overseas bakers who comes to rent our premises. And we also have a lot of bakers locally who is happy with the place, the fact that they could go somewhere to be creative, take massive orders, and simply rent at a very, very affordable price. So I love the business as a whole, and I miss it now that I've sold it completely after I had it for 3 years. But that's all the journey about my first investment journey, and I completely loved it. And the business is valuable not because of the equipment that it has, because equipment does depreciate. So at the end of 3 years when we sold the business, it's mostly about the branding, the database, the goodwill, the social assets. So all these are still useful for the next buyer, which the person can now use your social assets and database to start generating revenue as soon as that person takes over your business. So that's about investing with goodwill. So it's really fun to build a company or buy a company and then build its goodwill and then eventually sell it off. And you don't necessarily have to be an expert in that particular field, because you could just hire people, or you could just organize people as partners to help you execute the work. As long as you have a mind for attention, an eye for details and what the investment's going to be like, I think that's really a sign that you're an investor yourself. So before I end off, I would just like to wish all of you all the best for your business. But at the same time, I'm going to end off with a clip of the opening ceremony of the baking studio, which we did in 2013. So you get a rough picture about what I built and what I sold off, and how it is to be an investor.
And all that, thank you for coming. Okay, we really appreciate it.
Firstly, thank you very much for coming here. There's quite a crowd. I believe more is on their way, and it's amazing that the support that we have.
This event is a must come for those who loves to bake, this is the right place. Okay, so for those who yang masih belum sign up lagi to be a member, please do so. Tunggu jangan tak tunggu. So signing off, Chef Meldy.
Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. I can lift you up.
I think the shop is a very lively environment, very conducive for baking, and it's a wonderful place for friends together and just have fun and bake a cake.
The sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're safe and sound.
I'm actually very happy that this project is a complete success, and hopefully not only today, from today onwards as the business officially opens, more support will come through, and we will be one of a kind in Singapore, and hopefully we can help many other dreams come true, if not ours. Thank you.
Just Bake, the baking studio.